There's a species in the galaxy that voluntarily shares their living spaces with apex predators. They let these predators sleep in their beds, eat from their hands, play with their offspring. And when these predators die, humans grieve them like family members. I'm talking about dogs and cats, but from an alien perspective, this makes absolutely no sense. Today, you're going to see human pet ownership through alien eyes. And I promise you, by the end of this, you'll realize that the family dog sleeping on your couch right now is way more terrifying than you thought. Because what humans think is normal, the rest of the galaxy thinks is insane. Welcome to the Xenobiological Report that got its author placed under psychiatric observation. This is Species Report 4847H. Why do humans domesticate their predators? Let's begin. The year is 2344. The Xyloth Empire makes first contact with humanity. The Xyloth are a highly logical species, 3 meters tall. Exoskeletons. Collective intelligence. They've conquered 47 star systems through pure strategic superiority. They land on Earth expecting to meet humanity's leaders, assess our military capabilities, determine our threat level. Instead, they meet Ambassador Chen's golden retriever. His name was Cooper. The Xyloth delegation enters the embassy. They're scanning for weapons, defense systems, strategic vulnerabilities. And then Cooper runs up to them, tail wagging, tongue out, making that sound humans call excited panting. The Xyloth freeze. Their translator AI identifies Cooper as Canis lupus familiaris, domesticated subspecies of gray wolf, apex predator, bite force 320 psi, hunting pack animal, status, potential threat level 7. The lead Xyloth, Commander Zarthok, immediately goes into defensive posture. Ambassador Chen, there is a hostile predator approaching. Please evacuate while we neutralize the threat. Ambassador Chen looks confused. What? You mean Cooper? If that is the predator's designation, yes, stand aside. He's not a predator. He's my dog. Your dog? Yeah, my pet, my buddy, my good boy. She kneels down and starts scratching Cooper behind the ears. Cooper's tail goes into overdrive. The Xyloth watch in absolute horror as a human voluntarily touches an apex predator and makes cooing noises at it. Ambassador, our scans indicate this creature has the biological capacity to kill you in approximately 4.3 seconds. Why are you petting it? Because he's a good boy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Commander Zarthok makes a note in his report. Humans appear to have lost survival instincts, possible mass neurological disorder. Recommend psychological evaluation before proceeding with diplomatic relations. The Xyloth demand an explanation. Ambassador Chen takes them on a tour of a dog park. From the Xyloth perspective, this is a nightmare. Dozens of apex predators running free. Human children playing among them. Humans throwing objects, and the predators bringing them back. Humans letting predators lick their faces. Humans picking up predator excrement in small bags. This is a containment facility? Zarthok asks. What? No, it's a park. For dogs. These predators are not restrained. They're on leashes. Those restraints could be broken with minimal force. Yeah, but they don't want to break them. The predators comply willingly. They're not predators. They're pets. They're domesticated. Explain domestication. Ambassador Chen tries to explain. About 15,000 years ago, wolves started hanging around human camps. We gave them food scraps. They helped us hunt. Over time, we bred them to be companions. Now they're dogs. Zarthok processes this. You took an apex predator and modified it to be harmless? Not harmless, friendly. What is the difference? Cooper could definitely hurt someone if he wanted to. He just doesn't want to. How do you know? Because I trust him. You trust an apex predator. He's not an apex predator anymore. He's my friend. Zarthok makes another note. Humans have somehow weaponized trust. They've created loyalty in creatures that should be eating them. Further investigation required. But then Ambassador Chen takes them to her home and introduces them to her cat, Mr. Whiskers. If the Xyloth thought dogs were insane, cats broke their understanding of reality entirely. Their scans identify Mr. Whiskers as Felis catus, obligate carnivore, retractable claws, enhanced night vision, ambush predator, murder efficiency, 32% successful hunting rate, status, extreme threat. And this apex killer is sleeping on Ambassador Chen's couch. That creature, Zarthok says slowly, is significantly more dangerous than the canine. Oh yeah, cats are way more efficient hunters than dogs. And you allow it in your dwelling? He lives here. It does not attempt to kill you. Sometimes he attacks my feet at 3 a.m., but it's playful. Yeah, he's just being a cat. Ambassador, please explain. Why do you cohabitate with an animal that practices killing you? Ambassador Chen picks up Mr. Whiskers. He immediately starts purring, a sound the Xyloth translator identifies as unknown vibration, possible warning signal. Because he's cute and soft, and sometimes he curls up in my lap and purrs, and it makes me happy. You tolerate predator training exercises because it produces positive neurochemical responses. Sure, yeah, that's one way to put it. Zarthok's entire worldview cracks. The Xyloth conduct a comprehensive study of human-pet relationships. What they discover is somehow worse than they imagined. Finding number 1. Humans spend enormous resources on creatures that provide no practical value. The average dog costs $1,500 per year. Food, medical care, toys, treats. And what does the dog provide in return? Companionship, humans say. The Xyloth don't understand. You pay resources for emotional fulfillment from a creature that cannot speak your language. Yep, this is economically irrational. But he's such a good boy. Finding number 2. Humans modify their living spaces for pet comfort. Cat trees, dog beds, scratching posts, litter boxes. You dedicate portions of your dwelling to predator comfort, Zarthok asks. Of course. Where else would Mr. Whiskers sleep? Outside, in nature, where predators belong. But then he'd be sad. It's a predator. It doesn't experience sadness. Ambassador Chen shows them a video of a dog being reunited with its owner after deployment. The dog is crying, jumping, tail wagging so hard its entire body shakes. That, she says, is not sadness. That's joy. But trust me, dogs definitely feel sadness, and we do everything we can to prevent it. Finding number 3. Humans grieve pets like family members. The Xyloth discover pet cemeteries, memorial services, humans who keep urns of pet ashes, humans who get tattoos of deceased pets. When the predator dies, you mourn it. They're not just predators, they're family. They are different species. Doesn't matter. They cannot contribute to your genetic legacy. They contribute to our happiness. Happiness is not a survival trait. Maybe not, Ambassador Chen says, but it's worth surviving for. The Xyloth compile their findings and present them to the Galactic Council. Their conclusion: humans have developed an unprecedented form of cross-species bonding that defies all known evolutionary logic. They invest resources, time, and emotional energy into creatures that provide no survival advantage. They modify their behavior to accommodate predator needs. They experience genuine grief at predator death. And most disturbingly, the predators reciprocate, because that's what broke the Xyloth's understanding. It's not just that humans love dogs and cats. It's that dogs and cats love humans back. Dogs will die protecting humans. There are documented cases of dogs refusing to leave their deceased owners' sides. Dogs who mourn. Dogs who wait at train stations for owners who will never return. Cats, supposedly the more independent predators, will comfort crying humans, seek out sick humans, stay close when humans are sad. How, Zarthok asks, did humans create loyalty in predators? Ambassador Chen shrugs. We didn't create it. We just gave them a reason to stay. Food, shelter, love. And they chose us back. Predators don't choose. They hunt. Not anymore. Now they're friends. The report spreads through the Galactic Union, and other species start investigating their own worlds for potential pets. The Kareth try to domesticate their apex predators. The creatures eat 3 Kareth and escape. The Von attempt to bond with their planet's pack hunters. The hunters form a pack and hunt the Von. The Shaiks try to keep one of their ambush predators in captivity with affection. The predator waits until they're asleep and tries to kill them. None of it works, because domestication isn't instant. It's not something you can just do. Humans spent 15,000 years creating dogs, thousands of years creating house cats, centuries creating every domesticated animal we have. And even then, it only worked because of a specific combination of factors. We chose species that were already social. Wolves, wild cats who were somewhat tolerant of humans. We bred them specifically for traits like friendliness and loyalty. We invested generations into the relationship. But there's something else. Something the aliens didn't understand until they studied humans more deeply. Humans don't just domesticate animals because it's useful. We do it because we're lonely. Think about it. Humans are the only sapient species on Earth. For most of our history, we were the only beings we could have complex relationships with. But we wanted connections with the other creatures we shared the world with. So we made friends with wolves. We convinced cats to move in with us. We tamed horses, birds, rabbits, ferrets, pigs, anything that could tolerate our company. Not because we needed them, because we wanted to not be alone. And the galaxy finds this incomprehensible. Most species evolved alongside other sapient species. The Xyloth have 3 other intelligent species on their homeworld. The Kareth evolved in collective consciousness. The Von have hive minds. They've never been alone. But humans, we're singleton sapients. One intelligent species in a world full of creatures that can't talk back. So we taught wolves to understand sit and stay. We learned to interpret cat purrs and tail positions. We created languages of barks and meows and body language. We made connections where none should exist, because the alternative was being the only ones who understood what it meant to be human. Commander Zarthok spends 6 months studying humans and their pets. He watches a girl teaching her dog to shake hands. He observes a man bottle-feeding abandoned kittens at 2 a.m. He documents a woman sleeping on the floor because her elderly dog can't climb onto the bed anymore, and she doesn't want him to be alone. And slowly, he starts to understand. One day, he asks Ambassador Chen, "Why do you do this? Logically, I understand the evolutionary history, but emotionally, I don't comprehend the motivation." She thinks about it. "Have you ever felt alone, Commander?" "No. The Xyloth exist in constant communication. We are never isolated." "Then you've never needed a dog?" "Explain." "When I was 8, my parents were always working. I'd come home to an empty house every day. It was quiet. Not peaceful quiet. Lonely quiet. And then we got Cooper. He was a puppy. Clumsy, energetic, always getting into trouble. But every day when I came home, he was there. Waiting. So excited to see me. It was like I was the best thing in his entire world." I wasn't alone anymore. That's what pets do, Commander. They make the quiet less lonely. They give us someone to care for, someone who needs us, someone who's happy we exist. But they are not sapient. They don't need to be. They just need to care. And they do, in their own way. Zarthok processes this for a long time. Then he asks, "Could I meet Cooper again?" Ambassador Chen brings Cooper to the embassy. Zarthok stands perfectly still as Cooper approaches. "He will not hurt you," Chen says. "Just let him sniff you. He's saying hello." Cooper sniffs Zarthok's exoskeleton, then sits down and looks up at him with those classic dog eyes, the ones that say, "You gonna pet me or what?" "What is he doing?" Zarthok asks. "He wants you to pet him." "For what purpose?" "Because it feels good, and because he wants to be your friend." Zarthok slowly extends one of his appendages and touches Cooper's head. Cooper's tail starts wagging, and something in Zarthok's neurological structure shifts. He is pleased by my touch. "Yeah, you're doing great. But I am a stranger, a different species. I should register as a threat." "You're not threatening him, so he doesn't see you as a threat. You're just someone new who might give him pets." Zarthok continues petting Cooper. Cooper leans into it, making happy noises. "This is..." Zarthok searches for words. "Pleasant, right? I'm experiencing positive neurochemical responses to this interaction." "That's what pets do." "I understand now." "You do. Humans are not illogical for keeping predators. You are solving a problem most species never had: existential isolation. You created companionship from creatures that should fear you or hunt you. It is not practical, but it is necessary. For happiness. Within 2 years, 23 alien species have requested domestication consultation from human experts, not because they need working animals, because they want companions. The Xyloth, who never knew loneliness, discover that individual Xyloth, separated from the collective, feel better with small companion animals. The Kareth, who only valued efficiency, discover that having a creature dependent on them provides purpose. The Von, who only understood hive loyalty, discover individual bonds. And Earth becomes the galaxy's premier exporter of puppies, kittens, rabbits, birds, ferrets, guinea pigs, hamsters, everything humans have spent millennia teaching to love us. The Galactic Council issues a statement. Human pet keeping initially appeared to be a survival logic failure. Further study reveals it is an innovative solution to sapient emotional needs. While economically inefficient, the psychological benefits are quantifiable. We recommend controlled introduction of domesticated companion animals to interested species. Translation: Humans taught the galaxy that having a friend who's always happy to see you is worth the cost of kibble. So the next time your dog begs for scraps, or your cat knocks something off the counter, or your pet does something that makes no logical sense, remember, to the rest of the galaxy, your decision to share your home with that creature is insane. You're cohabitating with a predator. You're spending resources on something that provides no survival advantage. You're emotionally bonding with a species that can't even speak your language. And you're doing it because somewhere, deep in human DNA, we decided that being a little less alone was worth all of it. The galaxy thinks we're crazy. They're probably right. But now they want pets too. Because it turns out, loneliness is universal. And so is the joy of coming home to someone who's just happy you exist. If your pet is next to you right now, give them a pet from me. They're part of a 15,000-year-old experiment in cross-species friendship, and they're doing great. Drop a comment with your pet's name. Let's see how many apex predators are actually just good boys and girls. Subscribe for more stories about why humans confuse the hell out of aliens. And remember, your dog thinks you're the best thing in the universe. Your dog is correct.